Hi everybody, this is lesson 3 for year 12 physics on motion, and this is free fall under gravity. So, if an object is thrown vertically upwards, it is acted on by the force of gravity, which acts vertically downwards. Hence, although the object starts off moving upwards, the unbalanced force and hence the acceleration is always downwards. As it goes upwards, it slows down. Why? Because the direction of acceleration is opposite to the direction of motion until its speed is 0 at the top. And then once it starts falling down, it starts speeding up because it's accelerating downwards. Now, the time taken to go up is the same as the time taken to come down for the same horizontal level. Okay, the speed going up is the same as the speed coming down at the same horizontal level. So the vertical velocity at the top is 0, and the velocity is a maximum at the start and at the finish. The difference is they're in opposite directions. There is no push force once the ball leaves your hand. Now, if you are dropping something from a height, the initial vertical velocity is 0 at the top. Now, since objects that are thrown may be moving either upwards or downwards, it's important to remember that displacement, velocity, and acceleration are all vectors. And one way to avoid mistakes is to use everything in the upward direction as positive and everything in the downward direction as negative. And while using kinematic equations for objects in free fall, we use the acceleration, which is acceleration due to gravity, as negative 9.8 meters per second squared. This is because acceleration due to gravity is in the downward direction. So I'm going to go over one question so you know how to use this. So this is a question on constant acceleration in free fall. So a ball is thrown vertically upwards at 25 meters a second, and it's caught as it comes down at the same height as it was thrown from. So over here, the velocity at the top is 0, and we're trying to find out how high did the ball go. So the initial velocity is 25 meters per second, the velocity at the top is 0, and that's a value for acceleration. And the kinematic equation that has d, vi, vf, and a is this one. Vf squared equals vi squared plus 2ad. Use substitute, and then you get the answer for d as 32 meters. Then if you need to find the time taken to reach maximum height, we only consider 1/2 of the motion, either from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom. So this is what we have to find out. We know our initial velocity, 25 meters per second. Velocity at the top is 0. That's your acceleration due to gravity, and we just found out the distance. So when you have to use the same number for a subsequent step, use the unrounded values. So this is the equation that fits what we need to get. You substitute and you get the answer. So that's the time taken to go 1/2 of the journey. So the total time the ball is in the air is twice this. So you multiply that by 2 and you get 5.2 seconds. Now, ignoring air resistance, the only force acting on the ball is the force of gravity. So the ball accelerates at the same rate on its way up as it does on its way down. That is why the speed upwards equals the speed downwards for the same horizontal